guys, today I'm gonna share with you one of my recent matches, which happened to accommodate quite an epic battle, and quite a nice little story. So I'm gonna be rolling out the footage and commenting along the way. Right from the start of the match, I saw a bunch of smoke clouds in the distance, and I'm trying to investigate what's actually happening in there. When I got a little closer, I stopped, and I'm seeing through the orbital strike lens what's happening over there. And well, there is actually 5 players forming a little party. Well, one guy was not lucky enough to be invited, so he's running a little outcast. Poor guy. And these 4 guys are trying to form a line and, I don't know, maybe aura farm, but I don't know how you can aura farm by forming a team of 4 in the solos match, but whatever. So now that the picture is clear, I'm trying to well, my hands were itching on placing an orbital strike just in the middle of that, but I was trying to find a better moment for that to create some confusion. And yeah, I decided to signal this guy that I'm not the enemy, that although he got kicked out of the party, that the cool kids didn't want him, he's still good enough for me. So yeah, when the little, there was some confusion there, some shots fired, I don't know, after I hear one shot, I decided to actually place the orbital strike in the middle of that group and pour some more gasoline into the fire, hoping that, well, that it would damage them, soften them up for me, and maybe, yeah, some of them will get aggressive. But unfortunately, now that no damage was done and, well, the only thing was the confusion, I took my time and approached the outcast. I'm trying to explain to him that I'm the situation, and well, initially I thought maybe if the orbital strike lands, I might engage on my own, but then I got worried that this guy will show up eventually, because what happens usually. Like the fights get drag out for too long, and more people are showing up, and they sometimes decide to engage in you because you're like a bigger guy. So yeah, I knew that engaging 1v4 would be quite a hustle, and this guy will show up, somebody else might show up, so yeah. Instead of that, I approached him, and I was planning on avenging his rejection, I would say. And he had a Cyrillic name, but it turned out to be a Portuguese guy. For some reason, he had a Cyrillic name, I don't know. I'm trying to revise the plan, trying to, well, advise him on how to better approach the battle and stuff. I don't actually remember what I was saying, but, well, now we are heading towards the enemy. And yeah, I hate teaming in this game, but I mean, no, there's no but. I'm trying to farm some content, so whenever I see a team, I'm engaging no matter what. Well, usually. I'm trying to take out as many of them with me as possible. And now we see the smoke clouds behind the hill. They were engaging on PvE. And here on the approach, I'm trying to think of the best action available to me. I have a smoke shell loaded up, and I'm also checking that I have enough ammo. But I decided not to fire 40 mil from right now, not to alert them in advance. And actually, as I was saying in my PvP meta breakdown, the best action is probably smoking or killing the enemy. So since I can't kill anybody right now, I decided to smoke and position myself on one side of the battle, so all the enemies would be on one side, to not find any of them behind me. And my teammate was, well, quite intelligent to do the same, and we were following, we were basically on their left flank. Since this guy that was a little closer to me on the right was in the smoke for some time, I decided to unload on this on this dude a little further back, and my guy was engaging the closer one. But it turned out quite well, I would say. I didn't receive any damage. I dished out quite a lot of it, and here I catch my walker right before it hits the cliff. Something exploded, and I was thinking, hopefully it's not my guy, and it wasn't. Well, here the fight continues. I'm trying to get in there just to... Well, I know that I didn't receive any damage, and I was not sure if it's the same for my teammate. So I decided to get in there to draw some more fire on me. And also hoping to use my 70mm, but it was just too low for me to target this guy. So I'm trying to use my sniper rifle, but, well, the shot was not good enough. Still trying to threaten, although I know that I cannot shoot him with my shotgun. Well, he might not know that, and he didn't. So he was scared away from the 40mm. And here I see the guy a bit further up, and he was actually in range of my 70mm. Well, usually when I'm in a position like this, I'm trying to focus my steering wheel. I'm not sure, maybe it got destroyed. Well, in the fight probably I was paying attention, but right now I don't know. And I'm trying to just focus up the engine. And here it was. I was all alone now in 1v4 situation. I was quite sure that, well, two of those guys were quite low, but I was surprised that my guy died so quickly because, well, as I said, he had a lot of time to repair his engine. And yeah, here I'm able to finish off one of the guys, one of the initial enemies. And I'm trying to assess the situation. I'm trying to see if my engine is in critical condition, so I pop the shield. I bring like 1 or 2 consumables at the start of the match each round, so yeah. Now that was everything that I brought, so I have no more. I have nothing more to help me in the upcoming battle. Yeah, as I said, well, right now I would say that they're all on one side, still on one side. So nobody can encircle me, and it doesn't matter when they are behind you. It doesn't matter the tier of the weapon they use; they'll finish you off quite fast. So yeah, when I was assessing the damage, I also made sure to kind of go a bit further away from them. Yeah, to make it harder for them to encircle me. And here I was just firing, hoping to finish off that guy, focusing the engine. And yeah, on this side my walker is quite tanky. I'm not too worried about being destroyed myself. I know the engine was initially full, so even they were able to destroy one of my shield modules, well, it would still take some time for them to finish me off. And yet another guy falls. Now I'm switching to the third guy, and his walker seemed kind of basic, but, well, when you engage on multiple people, it doesn't matter what kind of walkers they have. If they have a gun, they present a threat. And now I realize that there was actually my surviving teammate. Even though his walker got destroyed, he was able to crawl on top of one of their walkers and was aiding me by killing the driver. So now that I know that this guy wouldn't be able to quickly get to his engine, I'm trying to finish this guy off before moving on to the fleeing enemy. And at this point I know that the other guy was fleeing because, well, he saw what he saw. I would be scared as well. But yeah, in this situation you want to make sure that you take the most beneficial trades that are available to you. I know that some of my legs are destroyed at this point, and I'm also trying to repair them and then chase the final fourth guy. My teammate informs me that there's a guy on my stairwell, and that was his death. So after chasing for quite a while, I mean the fourth guy that was able to flee, I found the dreadnought and left my teammate there. And now I'm surprised that, well, yet another round of PvE is spawning because I was able to destroy the initial spawn, like probably a minute ago. So yeah, this guy was approaching, whatever, and without any notification, 3 PvE bots spawned on me, so I received some damage already. And now I realize that it's better for me to just gain some distance so that PvE engages my enemy. I'm trying to do exactly that. So when you were just starting the acceleration, the boost is not as effective, so I'm not too... Oh, and that was unfortunate. I don't know how people sometimes hit shots like that. To me, the 80 mil is very, very unreliable. I was on the move, and, well, yeah. So right now, it's just all about boosting, getting some distance, and, well, I would say that I'm not worried when I'm on this walker. I'm not worried about 1v1s, so I know that whatever happens now, probably that guy will... Well, yeah, he doesn't have any, or at least not a lot of chances. Now that I turn and I see the full picture, the PvE is already engaging on him, and I think it's a 40 mil PvE. It's actually quite a pain in the ass, so it's able to dish out a lot of damage. And he's ignoring it and trying to still fire at me. I'm not sure what he was thinking. But yeah. I'm not a stranger to firing myself, so now that I'm in a perfect position, he still has something to worry about in front of him. I'm just sniping his reactor. And at that time, I thought it was the fourth guy that I was chasing initially, and he came back for the dreadnought, but it turned out that actually I think it was the yet another dude. So yeah, after I destroyed him, came back to the dreadnought, and it just unlocked. So I found my teammate there.
Bro, I'm not the guy, I'm his brother, bro. He had to go.
And now, even though I would say experimental weapons is the only thing relevant to me, all the other loot doesn't make any difference, I still decided to let him go with it. After I heard that it's his brother, it felt heartwarming to let him take it and have a little happy ending to this story. And that's actually how it went. He was able to extract later, and I was left there to collect all the remaining loot. I would say that I had a lot of fun fighting like this in the fleet battle, so they should probably add separate mode for that as well, because right now there's no real way to experience that on the regular basis, and it's very cool. And on that note, I would say that you shouldn't team in the solos, first of all. If you do that, please stop. And thanks for watching. See you later.